Hey, sorry, I just realized I didn't have my audio on, so I had to like go and set that up. Just give me a sec. Okay, I don't want to say I normally do these later, but I do. But I feel refreshed and energetic today, and I feel like working on this also because like is it working? Yeah, hold on. I feel like I'm forgetting something again. I don't know. So I'm going to start watching a movie for background noise because that's how I like to work, and I can't find anything on YouTube that I want to watch right now. Like, I've already watched everything I could possibly want to watch. I thought about continuing on my, what is it called? Nightmare on Elm Street franchise series. I'm on, I think I did the 4th movie yesterday, so I would do the 5th today, but I just don't like them. I can't get into them. And I read the premise of like the 5th installment, and it just sounds so stupid. I can't get into it. I'm getting a stupid sales call, whatever. And what was I saying? Oh, and then I remember not remembering yesterday where was the other serial killer franchise, Jason Voorhees. I couldn't remember what he was from, and so I looked it up today. It's Friday the 13th, and I'm like, that's crazy. I love Friday the 13th movies, and I can't believe I didn't remember that. So anyways, I'm gonna watch the first Friday the 13th from 1980 something, and hopefully can also talk through my process of my DIY disaster from this morning, and you can see me spiral in real time because I don't know how to fix what I did, and I'm looking at it now, my failure of a child. Okay, so just give me a sec so I can put on this movie. Hopefully it doesn't blow out my ears. Okay. A lot of stuff open on my screen right now. The other reason I like these older movies, I feel like they go so slow compared to, today's movies, that I don't have the attention span to watch them completely with my full attention, because they just don't do it for me anymore. I'm, overstimulated all the time now that I need to be doing something else, because they can get boring for me. But then they're perfect if I just want to like have as background noise while I work on something. Okay, now I'm gonna switch over my camera to my phone. My eyes are burning. I really need to buy those eye drops. My dermatologist told me to get. Okay. Let's see. Can you see? made a huge mess this morning. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get the whole thing in frame. Oh well. Okay, so this had time to dry from when I started working on it this morning. Okay, I want to test out a few things. I saw plaster underneath my nails. So, if you've been watching my live streams for the past couple of days, you'd know that I took 2 days paper macheing this thing, and now I realize that it didn't completely adhere to the surface, and it's just like coming off. And so yeah, I had to start over basically. But before I take all of that off, I need to figure out how I'm going to basically give this another layer to cover up all the masking tape, but also make it smooth enough. So I've been watching some tutorials on like paper mache and plaster and other like DIY techniques, and I really shouldn't be doing this in front of this oil painting, but yeah, I guess I just remove it now because I almost got like splatter on it earlier today. But where would I put it? Because I literally have no more room anywhere. Maybe under here, that's where I put my other oil painting, but on the other side. Okay, so I know I should get closer so you can see the details. But there's much going on, but okay. Okay, I think it's good. Okay, so this is the masking tape layer. And then this is just like 1 or 2 light coats of plaster. And then I wanted to just try out a paper towel. And I kind of do like how it turned out. It's been the smoothest. I did adhere to it much more, I think, because it is much lighter than the other paper I was using. This is very thick craft paper. And this is very light. However, I'm scared that it's not going to give me that thickness that I wanted. Excuse me. But I think if, oh man, I got plaster on my tablecloth, whatever. That's what it's for. I'm scared. Oh, no, what was I saying? No, I forget. Getting a lot of, oh yeah, and then in these old movies, they have like 10 minutes credits in the beginning of the movie, where they don't do anymore in the, modern movies, I guess, because nobody can sit through them. Opening credits? No. Put those at the end, and then we leave so we don't have to watch them. They're so shameful. We have more important things to do, okay? Like, I often say how there's not enough time in the day to do everything I want. You want me to sit through, I know it's more realistically like 1 minute, but it feels like 10 minutes of like opening credits. Okay. What was I? Okay, I want to try another layer of like craft paper, but here, let me go back now. Okay, hopefully you can't see my computer, can you? I don't know about guys, I also read, as I was cutting this with scissors, I read that it's better if you rip it, because then like the fibers or texture at the edges are will flay out smoother. But I want to try and see if I can do craft paper, because I like the thickness of it, but we'll see how it goes. And also I have shitloads of it, so I'd rather repurpose this than use new paper towels. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna try, I think the problem is that I was using very, very watered down glue to paste this down, and it wasn't really adhering well enough, and it was like rippling, causing texture I didn't want. I'm gonna try, because I saw this other person, wait, I think I want to do it on this one, because this is where I can put a seam without anyone seeing, because it's gonna go right behind the mirror. Okay, I got distracted. So what I was saying is I want to try and use this, or I probably shouldn't use it just yet because I watered it down way too much. A plaster water mix as the adhesive, because I saw somebody else do it and they said that it was like stronger or whatever. And because I have it already. I mean, I do have flour and like all the other like ingredients to make the actual paper mache paste, but I don't know why I don't want to try it. Well, because I think what I've been seeing is that the best paper mache is the one, get away, I'm slipping. Best paper mache is like the ones you cook, and I just don't want to do that right now. I feel like I've been washing dishes all day, every day for the past week, and I just don't want to cook if I don't need to, especially if I'm not making food out of it. So I'm just gonna do a small portion with this just to test it out and see if I'm gonna like it. I feel like I'm gonna slip on all this paper on the ground. And I did try to clean my living room today. Like, I just sweeped the smaller pieces of material I have and gathered any smaller pieces of cardboard or paper that I'm going to repurpose later on. Yeah, I feel like this definitely went on a lot smoother. I mean, it could be a variety of different reasons too, because like I used a smaller piece, used different paste, I used a different cutting method. A lot of things are different, so it could be a lot of different reasons that this looks like it's working much better than before. Now I could wait for it to dry so I can really know if I'm gonna like this versus this, or versus just the plaster over. But I feel like I kind of like this. I just want to jump the gun and go for it. But then like that's a bad idea as well, because like, well, like the first time that I just jumped the gun and went for it, ended up doing the whole thing, taking 2 days. Now I'm taking, well, I guess it takes a lot less time to like remove it, but still, it takes time to remove it because I messed up, so I don't want to go through the whole thing again. But then again, that is basically my MO. You know, testing it out, finding out. It'd be faster if I knew what the measurement was for this too. So I can like already cut pre-strips, pre-cut pre-strips. I don't know what I was gonna say. Because I don't want to cut them too short. I say cut, but I really mean it's rip. I want to rip them too short. But I also worry that... This is why I didn't want to do the strip by strip, because I thought that this method would create more texture because it's adding more layers, but I can kind of see what they meant about the ripping, because then you like thin out the edges, they lay down flatter, so it shouldn't do that. I really should wait until this one dries just to make sure that it is going to dry on flat and actually stick. It's not going to come off. But I'm impatient and I want to finish this now. Oh, I also thought about pre-painting or like mixing a pigment of black with the plaster now, so I don't have to paint this afterwards. It'll just already be done. But I'll still have to paint it at the end, I think, because the paint is what's going to seal the plaster in. And, you know, waterproof it at the end. Let me see. So it's kind of already dry because I can touch it. It's not coming off, but I know it's not. It's still cold, so it's not technically dry. Okay, I guess it shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Yesterday I was like being very dramatic, being like, oh, the plaster's gonna take forever to dry, it's gonna take date. Oh no, am I lifting up tape? No. I guess some of the craft paper did adhere to some areas, if I did it right. Yeah, that's tape coming off. Ugh. My scissors. I did also play with the idea of like, yeah, so like this did stick on, like this is not coming off. I think this is when I really tried to do it right. And then the rest I kind of like half-assed because I wanted to finish it fast. Oh no, it's coming off. So I played with the idea to just like go over this whole thing with plaster so I don't have to rip it off and take time doing that and like rip certain areas, but when I was plastering this, oh, I can use, oh no, hold on. See if I can use this as a stand so I don't have to like be kneeling over the entire time. I'm breaking my back. Oh yeah, but there's just too much texture when I added the paper mache in certain areas that I can't get away with just adding, you know, another layer, because it's not gonna sit right. It's a bummer that I wasted all this paper, but it is what it is. Should have expected it, because as I continue repeating, it's just all the work in progress. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, because I mean, I was gonna say that there's no one else doing anything like this. Well, not quite like this, but I mean, there's people making like furniture out of cardboard that I could watch, but because it's not exactly what it is I'm making, I don't know how relevant it will be. On a lot of it, it's like I have to go out and buy materials like, what is it, the primer sealant, what is it called? I don't know, but it's like a type of primer that's going to be waterproofing this and like lacquer, I think, maybe. Oh, I got tape that one time. No, lacquer's a type of liquid, not the product. I don't think I should force this area, because it's like I said, this area it did basically stick down. It's these edges. The problem is the edges, when I take those off, then that does come off. Anyways, the material, the primer, to help seal this whole thing without doing all these extra layers would cost a lot, for one. I don't know where to find it here in stores, because I don't know why. It's like, I don't know, Mexico doesn't use that kind of primer here, or whatever reason. I haven't really looked into it. Also because it's expensive. I could buy it online, I saw like on Amazon, but again, it's really expensive for like a tiny bottle. And I have to like wear a respirator. Like, it just seems like a lot of work. I say that, and then like I'm, you know, making a lot of work for myself just doing this. Well, I guess this is what unemployment looks like, for me at least. I think I can leave just trim it. Feel like I have to sit down on the floor to do the rest of this, but I don't want to, because the floor is filled with plaster dust now, and I don't want to get my shorts dirty. I could change my shorts, but it's an extra step. See, the problem is that a lot of this is fine and adhered, but then all these corners is what's the problem. But then when I go and remove just the corners, it ends up removing the rest of it. So I tried to just do like a blade and like cut the air bubble out, but again, that didn't work out. It just ended up like ripping the whole thing off. Okay, I might be saying this because I'm tired and lazy now after doing the top portion of this, but I kind of feel like the rest is fine. I might be delusional and just talking out my ass because I just don't want to do it. Okay, let's see if this is dry enough. Well, at least I don't see any air bubbles like I did before. No, I need to just down. What I'm worried about is that this plaster is wet mix, because I have like this huge tub of it that I bought like years back and it's still usable, so I want to use it now. I'm trying to not buy anything. If I do bend it, it like cracks, not as much as it remember it though, so that's good. So I think it's because I have to do really thin layers, which I have a problem with. I like to do thick layers because it means that I'll finish faster, but then again, not really, because then I just have to start over. I also thought maybe to put like a layer or layers all over the whole post, over like the masking tape, before I added, and like let it dry, and then add the second layer of paper mache just to help round out any like cracks and texture. But I don't know if I have the patience for that. So it's not sticking as well as the first one. For some reason, I just didn't put enough. I'll just do it over again, because if I learned anything, it's not to half-ass this part. My movie froze. So I have to go check on that. Ah! Don't scare me. Ah, it's dripping. No. It's rippling back here. At least this is the side one's gonna see. Okay. I think that's good. Much smoother than before, so I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands, rinse them real quick just so I can touch my computer again. I also thought about doing the, whatchamacallit, hot mix plaster, because I would dry a lot faster and make this a lot harder and sturdier, and then I wouldn't have to worry about waterproof sealing it, because it just wouldn't have that problem. But the problem with that is that it does set very fast, and I don't think I can do the whole thing that fast. Also, I can't touch hot mix with my hands. I don't know exactly what it will do because I've never done it. Surprisingly, I try not to because that's what it says. And also when I've like mixed it with like just like in a cup and like stick or whatever, I can feel it like physically get hot in my hands while it's setting or bonding or whatever. I need more paper now. Well, no shortage of that. This is gonna be very thin. Just too thin. Put it in the back. Hide that seam there. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna do this top section in this method. Wait until it dries before I do the whole thing, just to make sure that this is gonna be the right way to do this. Not have to start all over. Because though it looks good right now, I don't know, still skeptical about this plaster mix being used as like an adhesive, because I just never thought about it before. I don't know how strong it would be as glue. Yeah, I suddenly got like all sleepy. I feel like I have been getting a lot sleepier like mid day these past few days, which can be because of I'm entering my next menstrual phase. I forget what it's called. Lethal or whatever. Did I get this bottom part? Thanks. I just add a little more to be safe. I'm also too confident that I'm not gonna get dirty. I should just go and switch my pants. My shirt I don't care about. My shirt where it has like paint stains on it. Or I have my apron, but for some reason don't ever want to use it. And then the person I was watching for like tutorials, or like one of them, she makes paper mache masks, face masks, like decorative ones that you like hang on your wall. And I've always liked that, what you call it, art form. So I've always like had that in back. Well, I have like a whole like inspiration board on my Pinterest, like about making some mask. Like, well, actually, when I first moved in here, I had this idea to do like this huge paper mache like dragon wall sculpture that like comes in and out of my wall over here, that I have like drawn out concepts of, and for some reason I just never got around to doing it. And now it's like, well, I guess I could do it now, but I kind of veered away from that interior design style, going for a bit more minimalistic, in the hopes that my landlord is not gonna care if I leave it. I think this paper towel mache section is actually pretty stable, or at least like it helps with the texture. Like it, I mean, it has texture, but I think that's gonna easily be covered with the plaster layers. But what I mean is like it got rid of all this line texture that I wanted to get rid of. Because I'm still not sure about this paper up here. I feel like it might ripple or it might not stick, and it's gonna be like the same issue as down there basically. Oh, actually, okay, I think that's what I'll do next while this is drying. Well, I don't know, maybe I should just wait until that dries. But then what am I gonna do with myself? Well, I have a shitload of things to do, but this is one of the most prevailing ones that I should do right now. Let me see. Oh, see, this is recycling now. These are the paper towels that I used to dry my hands from the plaster I washed off. To see if it will be possible to not have to do the rest of this. Well, like I will have to do something on top of it, but like I won't have to like take off the rest. don't know. I think I should wait, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna go for it. I think it's because it's much thinner that it sticks on more easily. Why isn't it sticking now? Is it because it's wet? Because I used it. Yeah, that's what happened too. I did like peel off the first outer layer. Why isn't it sticking? It's not sticky whatsoever. Huh. Oh no. It's like it's all over the place. Now this did ripple when I put it up there if I added too much liquid. So I have to be careful about that. But then if I don't add enough liquid, it doesn't stick, so I don't know. Gotta be very precise, I guess. So it did this on the outside, but it doesn't look like it's gonna want to do that. Let's see if I can just take off this outside layer. I also like have to add decorative details on the outside, but I want to save those for last because I want to make sure that these are gonna work before I spend too much time on decorative details. So I want them all to be structurally sound and functional before basically focusing on anything else. I'm starting to think also the reason this wasn't adhering so well is because it has only the tape and I didn't put like a layer of plaster. Up there I already put like a couple of layers of plaster because it's tipping. I was trying to see if I could just do plaster layers instead of having to add an additional layer of whatever, paper, whatnot. But I would just take too many thin layers of plaster to cover up that tape layer, and I just think it looks better with a smoother surface of like paper or something. Yeah. I don't like all the scribbles here. The top didn't do this. Yeah. Well, at least I can cover it with the other paper, hopefully, if that worked. My eyes are burning. That's what I should do today. I need to shop online for the things my dermatologist told me to get over 2 weeks ago. Some eye drops and more, serums, lotions, and potions for my ailing body. I don't know why my thighs are sore. Like I've been working out. Well, I guess I did technically work out, but just like very, very little. I don't even consider it actual workout. Still not sure. Well, I guess it is a lot better than before. Here, I'll get you a close-up look so you can watch paint dry, the equivalent. There's some more paper. Guys, I'm like an old lady every time I bend over. How could I forget the iconic? It's so funny. Ah! I need to fix this mixture. It's too watery. Or am I in the way? Oh no. Going flat. Get that. Maybe I should just cut it there because I'm not gonna get it. Yeah, just cut this. It's not laying down flat like I wanted to. It's probably because I already started with a bumpy surface. Oof, too much. I've been doing way too much. Okay, I thought it was bubbling, but now it's just because it's already not flat. Okay. Well then, maybe it wasn't even... getting the same like bubbling here. Maybe it wasn't even like this layer. Maybe it was even further down the line. Let me get a little razor blade. Try and fix this. Okay. Can't I cut it? This is what happened the first time. So, this is deja vu. This is just... my God. What am I gonna do? God. Problem is that everything else stuck fine. It's just because there's like this weird, like, dip here. It's a breeding place for bumps. Oh, this looks like garbage. Oh, I'm in the way. Not that it matters. I just showing you what not to do. Does this look like anything? Does this look like it's all working out? Like professional job, like I know what I'm doing. Trust the chaos process. Because it doesn't feel like it, but yep, it's still gonna give me this weird air bubble. I might just have to just, call it a day. It is what it is. And hopefully once the plaster dries completely, And I then put the paint, that it will be fine. This won't matter. You won't feel it because plaster will be dry. It's a possibility, or is it delusion talking? I also think I've added enough plaster layers up here. Oh, you can't see. Oh, my hands are dirty. I can't touch you. Oh, God. Okay, or here. Like that. I haven't added anything up here except the plaster and dirty residue from my hands. And it's almost, but let's see, it's been so many layers of me just doing this. So that would mean that just plaster could work, but it's gonna be a lot of layers to cover it all up. And I could go thicker with the plaster, but then again, I run into the problem with it cracking. So let's see. Let's try it. Just test it out. Oh, okay, so let me show you. I have this tub because the actual container of plaster I have is like 20 times the size of that. I don't know why I got such a big thing. Oh, I know why. I remember. It's because I was making a plaster mirror DIY, and I thought I was going to need all of that, and I thought I was going to make more projects out of that, and then I just never did. And that was years ago, at least 3 years ago, and I just tied the bag with like a hair tie, and surprisingly the plastic bag that's in hasn't like ripped or broken, knock on wood, it doesn't. So it hasn't dried out, and even if it did, found out that this kind of plaster you can just keep re-wetting and it'll just turn back into a paste. Like it doesn't. This is still pretty watery because I added a little bit of water into this. It could be a little bit more paste-like, but I think this is still light enough of a layer that it shouldn't crack. So I didn't know this about this kind of wet plaster mix, and I would just like add like handfuls, not literally, but almost like with a spatula of plaster onto this. Forgot what I used, probably cardboard again too, for the frame of this mirror, and it ended up cracking whenever I would try to move it because it wasn't like secure, the backing, because it was like partly cardboard and it kept moving. So it needs to be some kind of like hard surface that isn't going to be moving around. I'm only like 80% confident that this isn't going to be moving around so that it would crack. But again, I was pretty confident in the mirror. So you have to be careful. Like it's already coming off. Like I have to wait for it to dry, then add a layer and add a layer. So it's just going to take a lot of time. Let's see, good thing I did one side and not both of them at the same time, because I could be doing this times 2 or times 4 actually, because I also have to do the front bases that are smaller or shorter, but still probably going to be just as time consuming. Okay. Oh my god, I really hope this comes off my floor, because my floor is all like white dust everywhere. What time is it? Oh my god, it's been an hour. I didn't even feel it. Normally it's so hard to do these for an hour, but you know, when I'm working, because like I said, I do work on this like all day. Some days like 6 hours plus. And though like I schedule myself to like take a break like every hour or at least every 2 hours, I don't always follow that. Oh, I almost poked my eye. There was just some dripping here when I take off before I completely stopped. And I want to actually clean my hands real quick because I don't want to touch my computer stuff with these puppies. So hold on. I do have like a hand towel to dry my hands, but because I'm just rinsing my hands, I still feel like I might have like some residue of plaster. I don't want to use it, so that's why I'm using a bunch of these paper towels. Let me get rid of this. I finally also got a designated jar to keep all my discarded blades and pins that are all bent up. I'm not gonna use anymore, so I stopped picking them out. Let me switch cameras. Hold on. Oh my god, there's dust all over. This is the reason I wanted to use the wet mix plaster, because I don't have to sand it. I could just get like a wet, paper towel or like a wet towel and wipe it down, and that's would be sanding it instead of using an actual sander. I do have an actual sander, but like I said, it's gonna get dust everywhere. I tried it before, didn't even cross my mind, or I thought it won't be a problem. It won't be a problem. Just like this little area that I was doing, patching up on a wall, it wouldn't be a problem. It was a problem. I was cleaning, I think it was like pink magenta dust for weeks, and I can feel it on my table now. That's what I'm doing. I think it might have been when I was like ripping off the paper, because like otherwise there really shouldn't be like dust anywhere, and I have my fan going, so obviously that's going to help disperse the dust even more. Okay, so I'm going to call it for today. Oh my god, there's paper everywhere. Okay, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, love you.